Welcome to our Facebook Live coronavirus update. Thank you for tuning in on Tuesday. Colette Moses, how you doing? Yvonne Marsh, how are you? Mo said so. Deirdre Melton, Simplify, Tanya Bowers, Ella Flagger, Freddie Smith, hold the line, brother. Mozak Barnes, Daryl Vaughn, Layla Lespierre, Wanda Ralph Harrison, Jesse Brown, Tanya Tucker, Siobhan Armstrong, Tate Smith, McFadden, Juan Faison, Dunwoody Willis, Elizabeth Allen, Andre House, peace. Denise Irvin, Diane Murray, good evening. Rose Phoebus, how are you? Willie Christmas Smith, Renee Holman, Candy Pickett, Kamisha McMillan, Donna Sellers, Adelia McElroy, all the way from the Central Ward, Irvian Clark, Nicole Jones, Val Carla Henry, April Anderson Brown, Siobhan Watson, Lottie Smalls, Leha Gemini, Queen B. Moore, Sylvia Woodson, CJ Hebron, Gwen Stokes, Hessery Cobb, Nefer Rob, Lisa McDonald's, Gloria Anderson, Cinnamon Buns, thank you. Alice Thomas, hold it down over there in the South Ward, 50 Mass, Big, Shonda Jefferson, Harriet Reeves, Eunice Mahassan, Brenda Yvette Brown, Paris Steen Weeks, Porterfield. I got some good news for you, hopefully. Jill Falana, Courtney Pridgeon, Monica Green, Tamika Darden, how are you? Fiza Sharp, Charmaine Mark, New Jersey Transit, we'll get on them immediately. Nanny Evans, Monica Johnson, hold the line, Brunetta Farley, Ida Williams, Sharon Fleming, Gwendolyn Small. It's going to be a brighter day, y'all. A brighter day. Pamela Smith, Rafia Wadu, Dennis Hurd, Donna Snipes, Ariana Piguero, how are you? Yes. Belinda Potts, Lucy Small, Jewel Daniels, Denise Jones, Shelley Mitchell Vaughn. What's going on? Annabella Callisto, Sandra Sanders Hall. Good to see you. Sylvia Sanders, hold the line, Sandra. Leslie Foster. Thank you to the Sanders family. Thank you. Timbike Sitheri. Timbike Kelly, I think it is. Constance Scales. So Santana, Buenas tardes, mi amiga. Pamela Smith. Jan, YB and Kanye. Takara Labati. Vanessa Davis. Y'all check out Momo's post there. Gladys Santana, president accounted for. Kamisha Vine, Charmaine Mark, Kurt Franklin, Brighter Day, that's right, Annette Jones, Lucita Figueroa, Alice George, I'm holding the line. Donnie Lewis, because we're not every other town, that's why, Mr. Lewis. Nino Brown, Sean Taylor, Rashawn White, Andrea Andrade, how are you? Jennifer Weed, Charmaine Clark, Karen Davis, Devison Bodison Bradley, Tracy Blue, Karen Brooks, Louis Scott Roundtree, Sylvia Sanders, Chubb Taylor, Annette Frank. Oh wow, listening from St. Kitts. Shout out to the folks in St. Kitts. Annette Frank, thanks for checking us out all the way in Newark, New Jersey. Michelle Carberry, Donna Charles, Liana Drawn, Zaynab of Youssef Wyatt, got it, Siobhan Armstrong, Brian Goolsby, Darren Martin, Michelle Bradford, Brisselle Potts, how are you? Great afternoon, Barbara Brown. Okay, Denise Hurd. I'm on it. Daryl Vaughn, happy birthday, Natasha Allen, Nefera, Mati Rock, peace and power. Cheryl Lynn, it's a brighter day coming, brighter day. Regina Sanders, brighter day. Kiva Williams, politics are logo. Shakira China, what's going on? Luis Ortiz, good afternoon to you, sir. Good afternoon. Fatim Muhammad, Walaikum Salam. Martha Rodriguez. Okay, Martha, just put your address up here. Tell me the address, Rodriguez, and I'm going to tell you when they're going to get there and ask and find out why they ain't there yet. Jacqueline Bussy, Mrs. Bussy, how are you? Yolanda Oz, how are you? Miss Ali, Gabriel Cosme, what's going on? Cheryl Lambert, what's going on? How's everything? Herman Gomez, what's going on, Herm? May Newsom, Milky Nikki, haven't seen you on this in a minute, Miss Nikki Gibson. Where you been? Tahita Creedle. That was Kirk Franklin. Y'all know Kirk Franklin. That was a good Kirk Franklin. Mark Reddick, peace, brother. Lottie Smalls, Lucita Figueroa. How you doing, Bryson? Thanks for watching. Veronica Bowie, Lejeune Cooney Green, Josh Younger. I'm not going to let anybody steal my joy. Don't let anybody steal your joy today. Charmaine Clark, how are you? No 5G. You got to come and check us out. Come to the meetings. Annabella Callisto, Tommy Brooks, Monroe Johnston, how are you? Listen, don't let people steal your joy. Before I get into this, how you doing, Miss D'Amberville, Brian Zachary, peace, salute, my brother. Don't let people steal your joy. Don't let people steal your joy. Even in this most difficult, painful, depressing time, don't let people steal your joy. Don't let people steal your... Okay. Okay, all right. I'm on that one, Lily. They can't do that. I'm on that one. But don't let people steal your joy, please, please, please. I get on here, even if I'm not in a so good mood or something difficult is happening during the day. Difficult things happen for me every day. I have to get on here with a pretty decent mood. Even if I'm angry or upset, I have to have a little upbeat mood because I want you to have an upbeat mood. I want you to feel good. Even when you're fighting to change things and transform things. Transformation is done with love, not with hatred and cynicism and anger and belittling. And we have this troll mentality. This we gotta hit. We have to change that, right? We have to change that, y'all. We have to change that. Transformative. We have to be transformative, completely and totally transformative. Give information, educate people, uplift people. That's what we should be working on. Upliftment, education, all of these things we should be doing. And I am so happy. Somebody put up here before we started when I was giving a shout out, how come? I'm so tired of people telling me what people are doing in other towns and why we're not doing it in Newark. And since the very beginning, I've been telling people that different prescriptions go to different people. We have a different prescription in the city of Newark because we have a different population, a different demographic, and different things going on in our city. So things are a bit different here. And so our remedy is a bit different here, right? People inbox me, oh, I wish we could stay open to 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we will be more concerned about staying open to 3 a.m. than we are getting this thing under control. It's something really wrong with that, right? And the governor was getting so much pressure, so much pressure. I feel, sorry that all this pressure he was getting under this thing, And so now we're inside, 25% inside, indoors. The numbers are good. Thank God we have good numbers in the state of New Jersey. So it's justifiable a little bit to go inside, but we just have to be careful in that process. People are going to go to movie theaters. You get to go to shows at NJ Pack now with 150 people there. I don't know how they're going to work that out. Probably first come, first serve, but they got to work it out. The movie theater is opening in Newark on Friday, so we have to move our testing site to another location because the movie theater is going to be open on Friday because they can put 150 people in there. So we have to move our testing site. I'll tell you where the testing site is moved probably tomorrow, but we have to move it by Friday because the movie theater will be open now. And I know people need to, we need some sense of normalcy, some sense of regularity. We need to get out and do the things that were taking place before. Get out of this kind of rut, this depression, this economic situation we're in, and people are really, really, really trying to make that happen. But what we're getting ready to do on the Newark side, we're getting ready to have a retreat discussion about what we need to do for a second wave when a second wave comes, so we can be prepared for a second wave. We can be prepared for a second wave, and that's incredibly important. We are doing that because we know a second wave is coming, and it's coming because you know we're not paying attention to what's happening now. Usually, the second wave should be a little better than the first wave because there's some a little bit of immunity because people have had it. They should have some level of immunity in the second wave, so the numbers should be lower than the first wave. But because all of this stuff is going on, we're still not sure. Everybody's opening up. There's no uniform policy around the country. People are doing things from different things from state to state, and as you can see right here, people are doing things different from city to city. Hell, Elizabeth stays open at 3 a.m. You can leave Newark and go to Elizabeth to a party and stay there at 3 o'clock in the morning. So obviously things are happening different in other places, which is going to make it very precarious for us when we try to figure this thing out. So there's some new evidence that came out about masks, and that's why it's important. I want to focus a little bit on, before I get to the numbers, about these masks, because we've been getting a lot of pushback, even from people who are supposed to have like leadership positions, about not wearing the mask. At this point, it's not like conjecture or rumor or things that people made up because it feels good. There's actually scientific study now that justifies the use of wearing masks. There's the study that was done around the beauty parlors that took place early on in Missouri. There's a study that's being done that was done now with hamsters. And so at the end of the day, what scientists are finding out is that the viral load is important, right? They call it the viral inoculum. The viral inoculum. That means how much of the dosage of the virus are you actually getting, right? And so it takes a more severe dose to get you severely sick. And so a lot of folks have a low dose, a smaller dose. The inoculum rate wasn't as high, and the mask helps to reduce the inoculum rate, helps to reduce the dosage that you get. So if people have the virus in front of you and you're wearing the mask helps to reduce that rate, which makes the probability for you to actually catch the virus smaller or lower, or it makes higher the probability that if you in fact do get the virus, that you might be asymptomatic or you get a lower dosage. And what that does, it decreases the morbidity rate, right? So it decreases the rate in which people die. And that's important. We want to decrease the morbidity rate, right? And so if you have more asymptomatic folks, it is logic that folks are getting low dosages. Obviously, we don't want anybody to be sick, but if people are getting sick, we want them to be the asymptomatic or with low dosage. And wearing a mask absolutely positively helps to make that happen. So you should, especially, and I'm raising this now because we're getting ready to start venturing indoors for many even the holdouts amongst us, the strict amongst us, the most cautious amongst us. Sooner or later, we're gonna fall in line with everybody else. We're gonna wind up being in a movie theater. We're gonna wind up at a show. We're gonna wind up eating inside because usually that's how things happen. And I want us to be careful. And don't forget the necessity to wear that mask when you're not eating or when you're walking around or when you're inside these theaters and so forth and so on, to wear the mask, because the mask helps the viral inoculum. Viral inoculum. 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 And I'm spelling it for you because I want you to look it up yourself so you don't take my word for it. A lot of times people say stuff or you see headlines and we run with it like it's the, we thought of it. But I want you to be able to look it up yourself and find out what viral inoculum is, or the dosage as it relates to COVID-19, particularly if you are indoors with no ventilation and it's humid and the volume of the place is small. That means it's not large enough to be able to help you social distance in the way that you need. You need to make sure you absolutely positively wear a mask. If you're around people who are rude and going to talk to you in your face and around you without their mask, you need to make sure you have your mask on. So now imagine if both of you guys have on a mask. The viral inoculum is very, very, very low, which makes it a higher probability that you in fact do not catch the virus at all, right? At all, or that you're asymptomatic um, because you have a low dosage, of the virus, and that's as scientific as it's going to get, man. I mean, they tried this on hamsters. They sprayed the virus, and all of them got sick. Then they put masks or barriers between them, and they sprayed it, and then they didn't get sick. So just a proof that the barrier between their nose and mouth protected them from this viral mist that was being sprayed in the air. That is being sprayed. So it's no longer theory. It's no longer theory. This is at this point it's scientific, right? Because studies were done. It's no longer theory. So you have to wear your mask. And I'm going to talk about these masks every day, and I'm going to find new research every day to talk, as long as I'm on here, to talk to you about these masks. Because listen, if we're going to start venturing inside, we have to wear these masks. And we are probably, the probability of a second wave coming is very high. And it becomes more dangerous during flu season, because if you have the flu, it makes the morbidity rate higher when you get coronavirus, right? So the influenza is a dangerous time to be in a second wave of the coronavirus, right? And then all the other ailments and issues that we have in our community, whether it's high blood pressure, obesity, all of those things. And so the best thing to do is wear a mask. The good thing about us, here's some good news. The good thing about us in Newark is that our rate is still low. Our rate is still low. We go up. We went up for a little while, then we went back down. And even when we went up, we were still considerably low or comparatively low to based on other cities and other states. So even when we went up, we were still low, right? And we want to stay low, and we want to continue that, because if there's a second wave, I'm going to tell you the problem that some cities are going to have that already have high numbers now, or the morbidity rate is high, or the infection rate is high. If there's a second wave, the hospitals are going to be so overrun and overwhelmed, right? And as I told you, like months before, in Newark, we have 4 times the amount of people die in their home this year than we did last year, right? And all of those people didn't die from COVID. Some of those people died from other diseases, but because the hospitals are overcrowded, the emergency room is inundated, the ICU tables are taken, all of it makes it difficult for people to get the kind of treatment that they need, especially in our community when people do not have primary care physicians, and we use the hospital as our primary care physician. So if there's a second wave and the numbers are high, it exacerbates the situation and makes it increasingly difficult for us to be able to handle what's going on. So the good thing about Newark is our numbers are considerably low. And if there is a second wave, we'll be able to handle the second wave that comes. But we do need a strategy around it. And that's why I'm still advocating for people to wear their masks, because we want to keep the infection rate low and the spread low. So we have to reduce the spread, and reduce the spread. And if it's impossible to reduce the spread, and we are in fact getting people are getting the virus, we want them to be asymptomatic, which is indicative of a lower dosage or a weaker strand. We want them to get a weaker strand or a lower dosage because some people had on their mask to protect other people, because people were wearing their masks to protect other people. Now that makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you, because it makes sense to me. And and don't take my word for it. Look it up, research it. We have to do that a lot. A lot of times people say something to us, we run with it like it's gospel, and we say these things, we repeat it, we share it over and over again, and we have not researched it. We don't even know where it's coming from, but I want you to research it. Remember, I told you inoculum right here, INOCULUM, so you can check it out, the viral inoculum, so we can see where we are. In Newark, we have 22 more positive cases today than yesterday. 22 more positive cases today than yesterday. 782 since June 30th. And we have no new deaths, right? The morbidity rate in Newark is very, very, very low. We have no new deaths in Newark since yesterday. Our morbidity rate is decreasing. That's a great thing. That's a good thing for us in Newark. We're constantly getting no new deaths. And we want to continue that, right? We want to continue that. We want to free our hospitals up and allow the doctors to work on people that are coming in and are in fact sick. We have 22 more positive cases than yesterday. The state has a total of 192,000, 290 positive cases, which is 330 more than yesterday. 14,179 deaths, which is 14 more than yesterday. So I saw something on here, and I want to opine on it, because the COVID shot, like a flu shot, does not stop you from catching COVID. That's true. If you take a flu shot, it will not protect you from COVID-19 at all. It's a altogether different strand of coronavirus. The flu is a coronavirus. The cold is a coronavirus. This is a coronavirus, or COVID-19. It is the virus that causes this sickness, right? So at the end of the day, it won't stop you from catching the flu. But if you have the flu, so this is important, and we need to be clear on this. If you have the flu, right, and you get coronavirus while you have flu symptoms or other issues, it makes your likelihood of morbidity or succumbing to the coronavirus higher. So we have to make sure we're very clear on all the facts that we have here. And I want to give you all information so you can make decisions on your own and just not listen to billboards, right? You want to listen to billboards and signs. You want to be very, very informed about what's happening here, right? That's like, so if you have upper respiratory issues, and the flu might give you upper respiratory issues. If you have pneumonia, right? If you have all these kind of things and you get COVID-19, your risk of death is higher. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. And that's not and that is not a commercial for you to take the flu shot. What it is information so you can make a decision on your own about what it is you need to do, and not me bullying you into having a position, but me telling you the information so you can make a decision, an informed decision of your own, right? An informed decision about what it is that you want to do with yourself and your family, right? That's what democracy is about. You make a decision about what's the right thing to do for yourself and your family. So large gatherings are still happening based on things that people are saying. The hotline is working, thank God. 973-969-1122. 973-969-1122. 973-969-1122. Call that hotline. Report things that are going on. People without masks, no social distancing, outside, inside, wherever you are. I would call a hotline if you saw police officers not wearing masks. I would call the hotline on them too, 973-969-1122. We have a group of cops here on such and such a block, and they're not wearing their masks, right? We'll send the Education and Information Task Force over there to pass out the masks to them and give them an education on why it's important to wear their mask, and teach them about the viral inoculum so that they could not spread droplets that cause the coronavirus. Cause COVID-19. Food relief, we delivered 1.3 million meals and well over 2 million when we combine with Newark Public Schools now, and I've been telling you that. Tomorrow, we are going to deliver meals again. Tomorrow, we're delivering more meals, so you have to put the information up here. If you or anybody you know needs food, you need to put the information up here so we can deliver the food to you tomorrow. We can give you the food tomorrow. Tomorrow is the food delivery day. Put the information up for food delivery. Pop-up testing tomorrow at Westside High School. Westside High School, pop-up testing is at Westside from 3:30 to 8. Westside High School tomorrow. That's outside the school, not inside the school, 403 South Orange Avenue. And Friday, we'll be at Avon Avenue School, right? We'll be there. 219 Avon Avenue. Rafael Hernandez Elementary School Wednesday. Rafael Hernandez Elementary School Wednesday. And on Friday, September 11th, Oliver Street School. Friday, September 11th, Oliver Street School. Oliver Street School. Oliver Street School. Here's another point I just saw somebody put up here. So even if you think everybody, and this is the last time I'm going to address this. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to get on it anymore. even if you think everybody does not get the flu, you don't know who does and who doesn't, right? So at the end of the day, you should leave that decision up to them. So I don't agree that people should be forced to do any of these things, but I do believe that we get on one extreme and the other extreme, and we don't give out information, right? So I don't know if you're prone to, guess who knows that? You and your doctor or the folk at the emergency room, right? So you have to make a decision on your own out here. Friday, Oliver Street School, East Kenny and McWhorter. We're giving out $50 gift cards, giveaway for census. If you at the Newark Public Library, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 2:30. I think somebody inboxed me and asked me the times. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 2:30. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 2:30 down at Washington Street at the main public library. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 2:30. If you fill out the census, you get a $50 ShopRite gift card. And tonight I'll be on WBLS. Go to WBLS Live at 7 p.m. Myself, Tahisha Way, Ryan Hager from Institute for Social Justice will be on talking about the census and the importance of it tonight on WBLS Facebook page at 7 p.m. But on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can do the census from 11 to 2 on Washington Street and get a $50 ShopRite gift card. We're getting ready to start on Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to be in front of City Hall at noontime, at lunchtime, 12 noon. We're going to be in front of City Hall. The first 150 people, who come down there to do the census will also get a $50 ShopRite gift card. The first 150 people who come to our census pop-up in front of City Hall, that's this Thursday, the day after tomorrow. This Thursday at 12 noon, you get a gift card, but you have to do the census and open the door for the census takers, y'all. Open the door. If you don't want to, get on, do it yourself. www.2020census.gov. www.2020census.gov or call 844-330-2020 for English, 844-468-2020 for Spanish, 844-474-2020 for Portuguese, 844-477-2020 for Haitian Creole. The deadline is September the 30th. Why? Because President Trump pushed it up a month, right? Instead of October, it's due in September the 30th. And this is done by design. So we can count less people, you get less money, you get less money for housing, you get less money for Head Start, you get less money for energy, you get less money for breakfast and lunch programs for children, you get less money for Section 8, we get less money for all of those things if we account it below the numbers that we're supposed to have. And if they ended it a month earlier, which means that we have to speed this thing up and get our neighbors to fill out the census. We got to get our neighbors to fill out the census. That's what we got to get them to do. You got to get folks to fill out the census, right? We're gonna be on WBLS tonight. Remember, 7 p.m. To talk about the census. I need you guys to be there. For all the latecomers, 22 more positive cases. 22 more positive cases today than yesterday. No new deaths. No new deaths since yesterday. No new deaths. We're still at 32 since June 30th. New Jersey has 192,290 positive cases, which is 330 more than yesterday, and 14,179 deaths, which is 14 more than yesterday. 14 more than yesterday. 14 more than yesterday. Thank you. I want you to be aware of that. Call that hotline 973-969-1122. 973-969-1122. 973-969-1122. Please call that. Please call that number if you see folks not doing what they're supposed to do. Not doing what they're supposed to do. Yep, that's what we need. I want to thank all of y'all on there. I'm going to end with this. I want to thank all of the folks on there who are, we do battle with these crazy folks and people that are on here all the time. Some of these people have agendas, and sometimes I go to their page and I find out they're not even from Newark. they're from other cities, some from other states altogether. Some states that, are in fact suffering because they're not doing what they're supposed to do around COVID. But at the end of the day, we have to just stay focused, man. We have to stay focused, stay together, stay on our grind, and continue to do what we've been doing to keep our family, our neighbors, our seniors alive. Those who are, the most vulnerable amongst us, keep them alive, keep them well, and we're gonna continue to do that as things begin to open up in the city and in the state. We have to continue to do that and be more vigilant with what we're doing to make sure we keep our families and our communities safe. That's the most important thing. That's the most that's the 100% most important thing, right? And don't get so upset by these people. Pray for them, take care of them. You can respond to them if you want to, but stay focused. Don't get upset by some of these people. For every up there's a down, for every left there's a right, for every positive there's a negative, right? For Jesus had Judas, right? So at the end of the day, there's always an opposite, and opposites attract, and that's just science. You can't. How do you know what left is if right didn't exist? How would you know what up is if down didn't exist? So it's important for us to have these opposites, and opposites clash, and we clash. And some of these people are going to continuously get on here and do these things. They don't care about the information. They don't care about the facts. They didn't come on here for facts. They didn't come on here for information. They didn't come on here to save people's lives. They came on here to cause disruption, and other people just are extremely selfish, or they're uninformed. And prayerfully, they get information on here, that we're giving them the information so they can make solid decisions. But I'm going to tell you what you do. You take the information and you protect your family. You protect your community. You protect your block. You protect your city. And when we get through all of this, history will count us down as the victors. God bless you all. Godspeed to everybody.